helmets, gloves, shells, sacks, complete change. And I'm like, dude, I know, but because the worst part was that they didn't realize it. I actually ordered helmets because they were short and they were like, oh, it's too long. It's like, oh, we want it. I look it up. And I'm like, that's a great idea.
Welcome in everybody to Patterson Ice Arena for the Wednesday night high school hockey matchup between your Caledonia Fighting Scots and the home team, the Forest Hills Northeastern Bird Dogs. These two teams in the same conference, the OK Roo Conference, the Roo division of the OK Conference. And so this is slated to be a highly contested league matchup. We are ready for first period drop. Out for Caledonia, Ethan Sova on the face-off. William Mikkelsen on the right wing. Harmon Esch on the left wing. Esch moving into the center spot for Sova. Evan Moore and Aiden Eitel on defense. Caledonia wins the draw. Eitel far side for Sova. Takes a hit into the wall but gets it into the zone deep. Bird Dogs wrap it around their own goal. Near side, Evan Moore from the point position. Played it towards net. Knocked down by the Bird Dogs. They've got a break. 2-on-1. Bird Dogs on the near side. A shot and they score! An early goal by the Bird Dogs. Nolan Gino on the goal. "19 seconds into the first period. Moore the shot in from the point, knocked down by Gino, and he took it length of the ice. Went glove side, top shelf on the goaltender on the Caledonia side, Sam Hogue. So a line change for Caledonia. Bird Dogs win the draw. They try to dump it in, knocked down by Quigley. Camden Quigley across the red line, blue line, dumps it in deep. In behind the net, Landon Moore. He's roughed up into the wall, keeps the puck into the feet. Digging after that, Drew Nichols. Nichols tried to pass into the middle, taken away by the Bird Dogs. Outlet knocked down by Nichols. Loose puck played by Lewandowski, the senior forward. Played behind the net, far side. Drew Nichols, far wall. Bounced it off the wall. Bird Dogs try to play it out. Gabe Supak, the junior defenseman, back in uniform after missing 3 games on an injury. Bird Dogs clear the zone. Cal, though, with possession. Over for Supak, far side. Supak's pass off Mitchell's skate. Mitchell out with Osborne. This is Osborne at mid-ice. Gets it over for Gorby. Played towards net. Oh, a save. And into the net goes Bryce Mitchell. And so we'll get our whistle and a face-off. Eitel, Velisca on defense. Gorby on the face-off with Osborne and Mitchell. Face-off tied up. Cal sends it back to the point, gets all the way through, and they'll have to chase in their own zone. Velisca far side, pressure in his pocket. Plays it behind Hogue for Eitel, up for Mitchell. Mitchell into neutral zone. Osborne racing after the loose puck. Osborne behind the net, centers it. Played by the goaltender, loose in front. Still loose, now cleared by the Bird Dogs. Velisca at the red line, over for Eitel. At the red line, dumps it in. Wes Smith, the goaltender for the Bird Dogs, touches it into the back wall. Cal takes possession. Harmon Esch had it poked off his stick. Supak's there. Sends it back to the near side. Racing after it, Sova. Bird Dogs play it back. Settling it down is Eitel. Over for Supak. Supak pass through the middle off Sova's stick. He collects the loose puck. A shot goes wide. Puck tied up, far side wall, dug out by Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen down low, centers it. Oh, and a good defensive play by the Bird Dogs. Mikkelsen, though, with the rebound. And the shot goes off the post, and the net comes off its pegs, or off its position. And so we'll get a whistle. And face off in the Bird Dog zone. Puck played out into neutral zone. Supak played it back for Esch. Got to wait, coming onside. Esch absorbs the hit, keeps control of the puck. Feeds a pass back to Quigley. That goes long Quigley reverses direction to the near side. Pass up through mid-ice. That's going to go, icing's waved off. Esch behind the net. Harmon Esch in the far corner. Centers it for Sova, whiffed on a shot. Bird Dogs send that one through the air. That's going to bounce and be an icing call. Players to watch out for on the Bird Dogs side. Number 3, Matthew Dufflo with 11 points on the year. Justin Halverson, another goal scorer with 8 points on the year. Ryan Warden, an assist man with 6 points on the year. Puck played around to the far side. Bird Dogs there. Out to neutral zone. Landon Moore. Back to Evan Moore. Moore at mid-ice. Cross ice for Landon Moore on the break-in. Far side. Pass in the middle for Lewandowski goes long. Bird Dogs with possession. Nichols there to pressure. Ties it up into the wall. Puck loosened up. Bird Dogs carried ahead. Into the Caledonia zone, pressured at the blue line. Bird Dogs keep possession though. Evan Moore behind his own net. Puck played by Drew Nichols now on the far side, pressured by the Bird Dogs. Now loosened up for Bryce Mitchell. Mitchell will skate this one out. Red line, blue line, Mitchell to the near side. Cal gets a few fresh legs on the ice. A shot saved by the goaltender. Bird Dogs pass it out of the zone. Evan Moore after the loose puck, cross ice pass for Supak. Supak banged it to neutral zone. Bird Dogs put it right back in. Evan Moore behind Hogue. Into the corner for Supak. Supak lost it in the feet, but gets it back. Played it to the wall for Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell skates it up the middle. Over for Ryland Boltema. Lost the puck, played into the zone. Evan Moore, cross for Supak. Supak, pass in the middle over a stick. Bird Dogs with possession at the red line. Chase Gorby took it away, gets it to Mitchell far side. Into the feet it goes. Bird Dogs backhand clears the zone. That one's going to bounce deep into the Caledonia zone. Supak plays it around near side. Camden Quigley. Boltema's clearing. Bird Dogs dump it back in. Gabe Supak with possession. Pass to the far side for Esch. Esch back to the near side for Boltema. Bang back in by the Bird Dogs. Caledonia just can't seem to get a breakout happening here. Bird Dogs with a turnover down low. Played by Supak and now high off the glass. That's going to go for icing. Caledonia's been on quite a break. Over 2 weeks, about 16 days break since their last game. A 2-2 tie here at Patterson Ice Arena against the Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars. Dumped in by the Bird Dogs, far side corner. They'll take it up the wall and I'll cycle it back into the corner. Played behind the net, Bird Dogs on the near side. Centering pass deflected and played out by Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen's pass, a little long for Sova, but he'll be after it. Tried to center pass and it goes in! Ethan Sova with a goal from the corner. Played it in towards net and it took a unfortunate bounce for the goaltender off his skates and into the back of the net. Back. Knotted up here early in the first period. Cal plays it near side. Evan Moore trying to clear it. Bird Dogs get it back in. From the corner, outlet played by Eitel. Bang back in, but picked off by Nichols. Drew Nichols crossed the red line. Tried to feed a pass to Landon Moore. Picked off by the Bird Dogs. Nichols Able to elude. Landon Moore puts a backhand that goes out of play. Sam Hogue, the goaltender for Caledonia, senior 4-year player. A 2.05 goals against average and 94% save percentage. A real asset for this Caledonia team, something that the Bird Dogs will be challenged with today. Veliska, far side, bounces into the Bird Dog zone. They'll take possession, send it length of the ice. That should go for another icing whistle. Hogue on the season, 8-2-1, his record. In net for the Bird Dogs, Wes Smith, the freshman. The only goaltender in uniform tonight for the Bird Dogs. Played out, loose puck. Hogue comes out of his neck, clears the zone. Bird Dogs take possession in neutral zone, roughed up by Nichols, and we'll get a whistle. And we'll see if the penalty's being whistled here. Nope, I think it was a high stick call on Forest Hills Northeastern. Wes Smith, a 2.85 goals against average, 91% save percentage. A very good goaltender. Will be in net for many years to come for the Bird Dogs, and that will suit them well. Nichols. Cross ice pass, jumps off the stick of Moore, Landon Moore. Bird Dogs with possession in their own zone. Cal gets a full line change. There's the goal scorer, Gino, carries it in the zone. Now presses it, tries to bring it in deep. Cal with a stick on it. Cleared out to neutral zone. Bird Dogs dump it in. Quigley picks it off, puts it back in the neutral zone. Now the Bird Dogs put one through the air. That'll bounce into Hogue, settles it for Moore. Over for Quigley. Quigley's outlet to Mitchell connects. Bryce Mitchell carried to the near side. Evan Moore. Pass, knocked down. Loose puck played by the Bird Dogs. Deflected by Osborne. Played by Moore. Crosses the red line and dumps it in deep. Chase Gorby chasing after it. Turnover here, top of the zone. That's Itel. Comes out of the zone. Itel will have to regroup. Harmon Esch, the senior forward and point leader for Caledonia, crosses the blue line. Try to feed a pass to Mitchell. That goes long and picked off by the Bird Dogs. Aiden Itel in his own end. Over for Evan Moore. Moore sends it back to the near side. Mikkelsen picks it up, carries it through mid-ice. Mikkelsen across the blue line, far side on the forehand. Mikkelsen tried to center a pass, went off the back of the net. Mikkelsen now to the point man, Itel. Shot towards net, goes wide. Evan Moore after the loose puck on the wall. Moore down low for Esch. Esch centers it! And Mikkelsen couldn't get a shot. Sova from the corner. Puck loose now. Bird Dogs able to clear it, but Harmon Esch there to settle it. Esch dumps it in deep. Bird Dogs try to outlet, picked off just outside the blue line by Ty Lewandowski for the offsides whistle. Face-off played by Caledonia. Gabe Supak in his own zone. Fed a pass to the middle for Landon Moore, or Drew Nichols dumps it in deep. Lewandowski chases near corner. Pressed into the wall. Puck held behind the end line. Nichols has it. Tried to center a pass, knocked down. Nichols behind the net, tried to stuff it into the corner. Played out. Supak with a shot, knocked down. Loose on the near side. Nichols back to Veliska. Veliska played in towards net, just wide. Supak from the wall, shot save. Supak again, centers it for Lewandowski, and he scores! Beautiful pass by Gabe Supak from the wall Found his senior forward, Ty Lewandowski. And Cal extends the lead 2-1. Lewandowski's 10th goal on the season. Sova earlier scored his 10th of the season. Cal now with 3 players. That's Harmon Esch as well with 10 goals on the season. Bird Dogs win the draw. Mitchell freed it into the back wall, into the corner. Played up the wall. Veliska holds it in. Bird Dogs trying to clear it. Bultema pressuring. Veliska from the point. Veliska gets it to Bultema. Bultema shot off a shin guard. Rebound to Supak. His shot into Smith. And he'll hold for a whistle. Huh? What?
Jeff Padgett.
Bird Dogs into the Caledonia zone, 2-on-1. A sauce pass near side, now back to the far side. Oh, went all the way through the crease. A good play by the Bird Dogs, just couldn't punch it in. And now played out to neutral zone. Jagger Burns out for Caledonia. Puck goes far side. Harmon Esch. Esch down low. A shot and he scores! Harmon Esch with an absolute laser from the top of the circle. And Caledonia with their 3rd goal of the period. So Esch with his 11th goal, 21 points on the season. Sent back into the Caledonia zone. Moore off his stick. Sends it up the wall. Freed up for Esch. Into the corner. Mikkelsen from the wall towards net. Mikkelsen shot saved by Smith. Bird Dogs break it out to neutral zone. Knocked down nicely by Eitel. Sova dumps it in on goaltender. Puck loose and pushed into the corner. Mikkelsen along with Esch over there. Bird Dogs can't clear. Eitel moves it back to the wall. Bird Dogs now through the air to neutral. Evan Moore is there. Moore over for Eitel. Eitel back to Moore. Moore, patient in his own zone, now carries it ahead. Moore driving through the middle. Tried to feed a pass. Knocked down, but gets it back. Top of the zone. Drops it for Landon Moore. Landon a shot, save, rebound, and they score! Let's see who got that one. I didn't see. I think that was Drew Nickel, or no, Ty Lewandowski again with a goal on the rebound. Landon Moore will get the assist. Maybe.
I don't think that's the goal.
Lewandowski from Supak on the call. Arm is up. We'll see if there's a penalty now on Caledonia. Touch up by Thomas Evers. And Caledonia will take the first penalty call of the game. To the box goes Landon Moore. Bird Dogs on the power play now. Start the clock, huh? Slashing call on Landon Moore. Bird Dogs try to break it out on their own, in their own zone. They need this opportunity. Cal with a 4-1 lead here in the first. A save by Hogue. Puck wrapped behind the net. Supak played it around into the corner. Bird Dogs with possession. Pass in the middle, knocked down. Cal after the loose puck. Up the wall for Lewandowski. Ty Lewandowski drives it ahead. Lewandowski had it swept into the corner. Bird Dogs take possession. Bird Dogs across red line, pass far side into the zone. Lewandowski goes down and breaks his stick, and we'll get a whistle as the puck goes into Hogue. Another penalty called on Cal. Looks like Supak got whistled for the hooking call. Supak injured in the December game against the Marysville Vikings, so he missed the Grand Rapids Christian, Brighton Bulldogs, and the Catholic Central game, as mentioned earlier. He's a leader on this team, so it's good to have him back. Just can't be in the box. 5-on-3 now for the Bulldogs. They have it at the top of the zone. Ty Leonards with a shot, saved by Hogue. Rebound, another save. Bird Dogs have it in the corner. Down low, a centering pass goes all the way through. Bird Dogs back to Leonards at the point. Over for the other point, far side. Shot, the save. Loose puck to Leonards again, shot wide. Puck loose to the far side. Bird Dogs now top of the zone. Shot, saved by Hogue. Back to the top of the zone. Leonards with a shot. Deflected to the back of the wall. Bird Dogs carry it out to the middle. Turn, a shot, and save by Hogue. Wow. Rapid fire shots here on the 5-on-3. Gino Halverson, Baum, Dufflo, and Warden. A lot of goal scorers out there for the Bird Dogs on this two-man advantage. Top of the zone, Bird Dogs, back to the near side, that's Warden. Back to the top of the zone for Baum, a shot wide. Might have been deflected, rebound goes back out to Baum, top of the zone. A shot, that's deflected. Bird Dogs take possession, carry it back to the middle. A shot saved by Hogue. Caledonia with their fourth skater back on the ice as Nichols joins play. Nichols, Velisca, Moore, and Sova, the penalty killers. Moore tied it up, pushed into the corner. Bird Dogs carry it out, pass to the point, back to the wall. Gino rips a shot, saved by Hogue. Puck played into the wall. Nichols digs after it, held up by Dufflo. Gets it to Halverson, back to Dufflo at the point. Another shot, in goes wide. Puck goes to the far wall. Nichols tried to out it, picked off by the Bird Dogs. Pass near side. A few of the Bird Dogs go off for a change. Pass on the doorstep, and another save by Hogue. Use the leg, and that one's going to be sent length of the ice with 10 seconds left in the penalty kill. Ethan Sova's there first. Sova put a shot that went wide. Loose puck. Bird Dogs able to get possession. Caledonia back with their fifth skater now. Gorby joins play. Velisca behind the net. Zach Velisca punched off his stick. Bird Dogs play it behind the net. Bird Dogs with possession. Pass back to the point. That's Vernker. Now dumped to the far wall. Centering pass. Played by Hogue. He's going to try to hold it. Still loose, and now we get a whistle. Sorry, I had you on mute there. Caledonia with another goal. Landon Moore with his 4th goal of the season. Ty Lewandowski on the assist. So Cal extends the lead 6-1. In on Hogue, he keeps it out of the net. Puck loose in the corner. After it is Bultema. Evers in to help. Tied up in the feet. Bultema digs after it. Evers there. Bultema takes it out. Bultema chipped around the defender. In on the goaltender. He shoots it into the corner. After it there is Mitchell. Bird Dogs take possession. Pass goes long. That should be icing's waved off as the Bird Dogs take possession at the end line. Now to the near side. Bird Dogs cross ice pass. That comes out of the zone for an offsides whistle. Jagger Burns, Eston Brown, Isaiah Supak, Evan Moore, and Aiden Itel. Puck played deep for Hogue. He settles it behind his net. Itel is there. Itel pushed it out to the far side, played by the point man, chipped in the middle. Now played by Brown, gets it to Supak. He'll send it deep, icing arms up. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the D zone. A lot of game time left. There's a bright side here for the Bird Dogs. A deep deficit here in the first, but 2 whole periods left to play. This is Gino for the Bird Dogs. Leaves it to the point man, played deep. Itel with a stick on it. Up the wall. Isaiah Supak takes possession. Supak off the wall, connects with Burns. Burns takes a big hit in the zone. 5 seconds on the clock. Bird Dogs try to dump deep. Itel gets possession, but we'll get a whistle before that for a high stick. Burns, a tough kid, took a big hit, got right back on his feet. He's still out there. Defensive zone draw. 1.1 on the clock. Face off, and we get a buzzer. That means we've ended our first. Caledonia racks up 6 goals here in the first period to create a comfortable padding as we take a break and clear the ice. We'll be back in about 13 minutes here on the Pass Shoot Score Network. Get a break, hit the bathroom, but come on back. Plenty of hockey left. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back. Thank you for the parents listening out in YouTube land. I had myself on mute. All right, so Cal with a power play, tripping call on Forest Hills Northeastern. This is Gabe Supak with the puck. Supak into the zone, stops top of the zone, trying to set something up, gets it to Mikkelsen at the wall. Mikkelsen behind the net for Landon Moore, loose on the near side, comes out to Supak at the point. Supak cross for Mikkelsen, back to Sova, back to Supak, a shot deflected wide. Up the near wall is Lewandowski, Ty Lewandowski. Cross pass for Sova, a shot goes wide. Lewandowski with the rebound, out to Supak, top of the zone. Supak plays it in towards net, deflected. Bird Dogs can't clear it out. Cal has it low. Mikkelsen a shot and he scores! William Mikkelsen with a goal, and Cal gets their 7th of the game. The power play flavor. Mikkelsen's 4th goal, 8th point of the season. The Denmark exchange student in the Lowell school systems. Puck played deep. Hogue gets it to Veliska. Veliska roughed up at the red line, but maintains general control of the puck. Bird Dogs with it, pass back to the point. Warden tried to feed a pass on the back door. Cal cleared it out. Osborne up the wall with it, clears it to neutral zone and played in deep. Icing arm is up, and we'll bring it to the D zone. Looking forward for Caledonia here this weekend. They'll be up north in Traverse City for the North-South Showdown. A collection of high school teams traveling up there starting tomorrow, with games starting tomorrow night, a couple of games, and then Friday and Saturday all day at the Center Ice Arena in Traverse City. This is Veliska. Veliska pass into Bultema, just offsides on the zone entry. Cal will play their first game Friday morning, 9 a.m. against Saginaw Heritage. And then Saturday at 12 or 12:15, they will take on the Yoopers, the Painesdale Jeffers Jets. Face off just outside the Caledonia zone. Bird Dogs able to dump it in deep behind Hogue. Veliska there. Veliska pushed into the corner. Jagger Burns in to help, sends it to the far side corner. After it, Quigley. Quigley gets hit in the corner. Keeps a stick on the puck, though. Nice job. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell out for... Sorry, that was Eston Brown.
Appreciate it. Keep looking up.
13:02 left in the second period. Cal with a comfortable 7-1 lead. Bird Dogs dump it in. Hogue settles it. Gabe Supak off the back wall, far side corner. Supak to the near side for Esch. Esch fed a pass for Mikkelsen that went long. After it is Sova, dumped in on net, saved by Smith. Cleared out to neutral zone, and the Bird Dogs have a man. In on Hogue, a shot, save. Supak clears the rebound to Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen to neutral zone. Bird Dogs with possession behind the net. To the far corner now. Up the wall. Picked off by Supak. Gabe Supak pass in the middle on the tape for Sova. Sova on the forehand. Shot goes wide. Rebound Supak at the wall. Played it down low. Bird Dogs clear it back to the wall. Supak with a stick on it. But clearing attempt played back in by Supak. Far side wall. Bird Dogs up the wall with it. Brought back in by Moore. Delayed offsides. Caledonia checks up. Bird Dogs pass through neutral zone. Taken away by Landon Moore. Gets it to Nichols. Nichols in the middle. Looking for Lewandowski. Goes all the way through. Landon Moore cycles it back in the corner. Lewandowski gets a hit into the wall. Puts it into the corner. Landon Moore for Nichols. A one-timer goes wide. Puck cleared out to neutral. Icing's waved off. Eitel has to chase it down. Puts it back in the corner, and we'll get a whistle. A penalty whistled on Caledonia. Head contact call. And to the box goes Drew Nichols. So the Bird Dogs on the power play. On the penalty kill, Mitchell on the face-off. Bird Dogs top of the zone, shot in on Hogue, saved. Bird Dogs far wall, more pressuring. Now Mitchell pressures. Bird Dogs keep possession. Pass to the near side. Now back to the far side. Bird Dog shot saved by Hogue. Point man, and another penalty here. Bird Dog still with possession. Shot knocked down by Esch. He'll touch it up. And we'll get the whistle blown. Penalty call. I'm not sure who he pointed to. I guess Aiden Eitel. Eitel's going to go. So another 5-on-3 for the Bird Dogs. Quigley, Supak, Sova out for Caledonia. Gino, Halverson, Baum, Dufflo, and Slater on the power play for the Bird Dogs. Right off the face-off, Cal able to clear it to the length of the ice. Smith smothers it. Sends it out for Gino behind his own goal. Gino carries it ahead. Across the red line into the Caledonia zone. Trying to set something up top of the zone. Bird Dogs maintain possession. Shot in on Hogue, and he'll hold for the whistle. Tyler Bombs, number 7 for the Bird Dogs, a senior forward. That name should be familiar to any West Michigan natives watching. Ron Baum, his grandfather, the legendary Kentwood coach, East Kentwood coach. And just as the face-off happens, a trip call on the Bird Dogs. So we'll go 4-on-3. And a face-off will move into the offensive zone for Caledonia. Tyler Baum, the son of Nate Baum, the legendary East Kentwood forward himself. Back in the golden days of East Kentwood Falcon hockey. Ron Baum had fortunate to have a run-in with him and a nice chat about the history of hockey here in West Michigan, high school hockey. Ron, a Detroit native, came to West Michigan to play at Western Michigan University when he was young and ended up staying in the region. And there just wasn't the same amount of hockey there was on the east side, so he found community leaders to build a rink in Kentwood. Here's Caledonia, Supak down low, Supak, and a pass over for Silva, and he scores! What an effort by Supak. Contorted his body as he got close to the goal and fed a pass over for Sova, and he had nothing but empty net to bang it in. Cal happy to have Supak back. Like I said, he's a leader on this team. As we start the second half of the season. Good to have Gabe back, of course. Harmon Esch out for Caledonia, along with Evan Moore and Zach Veliska. Esch takes possession of the puck. Veliska back to Esch. Esch will try to hold in his zone. Now he'll dump it length of the ice on the shorthand. Shorthanded goal there by Sova. Cross ice pass played by the Bird Dogs in their own zone. 4-on-3. Bird Dogs pass it near side. That'll go long, and icing is waved off. Veliska hustles, gets it to Moore behind the net. Moore high off the glass and deep. Bounces off the goaltender. 4-on-4 now as Cal gets an extra skater back. Gorby's out with Bultema, Veliska, and Moore. Bird Dogs down low, a shot in on Hogue, and he gloves for the whistle. Face off, dumped in deep. Bird Dogs give chase near side. Veliska battling after it. Moore's there, sends it around far side, loose for Baltimore. Caledonia with their fifth skater back there on a power play. Bird Dogs dump it back. Veliska sends it right back for Baltimore at the blue line. Off a player and into neutral zone. Leonard's for the Bird Dog dumped in, and Hogue will get a glove on that and hold for a whistle. .13 seconds left in the Cal power play. Gorby on the face-off, wins it for Evers. Evers passed through the middle, picked off by the Bird Dogs. Held in the zone though, offsides. That jumped out and back in. Bultema thought he had a break. Isaiah Supak on the left wing. Jagger Burns will take the face-off. Eston Brown on the right side. Gabe Supak and Tom Evers on defense. Face-off won by Cal. It's Gabe Supak at the red line. Puts a backhand in that goes deep. Bird Dogs back at full strength. Puck play to the far corner. Bird Dogs there. Wrap it around to the near side. Burns tries to tie it up, goes loose to Evers, plays it towards the middle. Bird Dogs with possession, out into neutral zone. Gabe Supak able to have it in his own zone. Nice move, plays it back up the wall for Brown. Brown carries it across the blue line. Brown, nifty move around the defender. Puck loosened up by the Bird Dogs. They'll carry it in the zone. Brown pressuring. Bird Dogs play it behind the net. Eston Brown is there, puts it backhand to the far side. Bird Dogs from the wall, pull it off towards the middle. Shot in on Hogue, kick save into the corner. Puck goes loose for Evers, fed it up the wall for Brown. Brown's pass over for Isaiah Supak connects. Supak crossed the red line, pressured, holds the puck in the zone. Isaiah after it. Isaiah Supak, the senior brother of Gabe Supak. On the ice now, William Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen's pass connects with Quigley down low. Quigley a shot, and he goes down, and we get a whistle for the penalty. A holding call on the Bird Dogs. And looks like we will get a penalty shot. That was called. So, little excitement here. Now, no penalty shot, just a penalty here. Power play for Caledonia. Face off into the wall. Lewandowski's pass chipped out by the Bird Dogs. After it, though, is Mikkelsen. Can't clear the zone. Bird Dogs top of the zone with it. They take possession. Loose in the middle. Landon Moore picks it up, feeds it over for Lewandowski on the break-in. Lewandowski patient into the corner. Bird Dogs with a stick on it. Supak down from the point position. Gabe Supak into the corner. Try to pass out to Sova, knocked down. Gabe keeps possession out to Landon. A centering pass goes all the way through, and the Bird Dogs have a breakaway. All alone in on Hogue. A shot, and they score. Justin Halverson with the breakaway goal. The shorty. And the Bird Dogs get a much-needed goal here, and they need more. That will hopefully bring some energy to their bench. Still a lot of hockey left. Cal still on a power play. Bird Dogs take possession in their own zone. Pressured by Mitchell. Mitchell takes it away, mid-ice. Bryce Mitchell now finds, that is Nichols. Nichols passed down low, and it goes wide. Into the net goes Esch. Play moves or continues on. Esch behind the net, over for Mitchell. Mitchell at the wall. Top of the zone for Boltima. Slap shots knocked down into the corner. Drew Nichols at the near side half wall. Gets it to Evan Moore. Moore back to Nichols. Nichols in front for Mitchell, just off his stick. Pulls it into the corner. Mitchell try to feed a pass down low. Bouncing puck. Esch will settle it into the wall. Now back to Moore, top of the zone, holds it in. Moves it to Nichols, back to the top of the zone for Moore. Moore down low for Esch, a shot, and he scores! Harmon Esch with a pretty shot. His second goal of the game and 12th of the season. Evan Moore on the assist. So the power play wiped off the board. 5:20 left in the second. Jagger Burns, Isaiah Supak, Eston Brown, Gabe Supak, and Tom Evers. On defense, Thomas Evers. And we'll get a quick whistle off the face-off. Looks like an equipment issue on Jagger Burns' helmet, so he's sent off the ice. On comes Chase Gorby. Face-off played in the zone by Isaiah Supak, dumped in deep. Isaiah into the corner with it, absorbs a hit. Gorby takes a hit. We'll get a penalty here now on the Bird Dogs. Interference call as a hit in on Gorby before he had the puck. So Caledonia back on the power play. Well, if you're the Bird Dogs, you want to avoid these situations. You got a lot of ground to make up, and you can't do it being down 5 men to 4. Nichols on the draw. Esch, Mitchell, Evan Moore, and Boltema, the power play unit. Behind the net, Esch after it, settles it. Harmon Esch carries it to the near side. Gets it to Nichols at the wall. Nichols back to Moore. Moore back to Nichols. Nichols down to Esch. Esch in front, and he scores! Harmon Esch! Break out the hats. Harmon Esch with a hat trick. The senior forward, another power play goal. Good work there by the unit. Good passing down low. Esch saw a lane to skate across the crease, which puts that goalie in a vulnerable position. He's got to cover all that ground. And an experienced shooter like Harmon Esch is going to take advantage of that. So back to 5-on-5. Behind their own goal, Bird Dogs will clear it. Carrying it ahead is Halverson. Halverson had it poked into the corner by Evers. Evers lays a hit, ties the man up. Esch in to help. Loosened up. Harmon Esch up the wall looking for Sova. Sova connects with Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen drives it into the corner. Pressure in his pocket. Bird Dogs press him up on the wall. In to help is Sova. Loosened up into the corner. Sova up the wall. Feeds a pass. That'll be knocked down and picked off by the Bird Dogs. Bird Dogs. Gino, top of the zone, had his pocket picked by Sova, and he's got a break. He finds Landon Moore on a breakaway. Landon shoots. Oh, just wide. Rebound tried to be played by Lewandowski, taken by the Bird Dogs. Lewandowski pumping those legs to take the puck back. Landon Moore, middle of the ice. Now played by the Bird Dogs. Down low, Evers with a stick on it. Bird Dogs get it back. A shot goes wide. Bird Dogs from the wall. Shot deflected to the near side wall. Landon Moore carries it out. Pass up deflected by Nichols, but he gets it to Lewandowski. Gets it back to Nichols. Shot is saved by Smith. And that goes up into the net for a whistle. Face off won by Caledonia. Shot by Lewandowski's knocked down. Ties after the loose puck. Top of the zone. Pressure in his pocket, but gets it to Landon Moore. Landon back to Lewandowski in the shooting lane. He scores! Ty Lewandowski! That's at least his second, maybe his third goal of the game. And Cal widens the gap to 9 goals. Well, I'm starting to think this is a game that the Bird Dogs will soon forget, want to forget. I've seen them play before, and this is not their best play, and probably a little rusty after the break. Bird Dogs played up the wall, cleared to neutral zone. Hard after it, Isaiah Supak. Bird Dogs with possession in their own end. Far side breakout. Eston Brown holds it in. Bird Dogs get it back. Isaiah Supak takes it away. He's got it on the doorstep. A shot goes wide. Isaiah Supak keeps the puck in the zone. Dumped in deep. Played behind the net by the Bird Dogs. Long range pass through the air, knocked down by Veliska. He's pressed off the puck though. Bird Dogs advance it ahead, down low. Shot disrupted by Quigley, loose behind the net. Quigley's gonna try to take possession instead, bring it back into the corner. Quigley though, nice job using the body, takes possession. That long reach, carries it out. Quigley across the red line, blue line, dumps it in deep. Jagger Burns after it. Burns has Supak in the middle. Burns behind the net. He gets tied up. Dump is knocked out by the ref. Centering pass knocked down. Supak plays it low, and that's going to be covered by Smith, the goaltender for the Bird Dogs. See ya. That's right. You can do that anytime. All right, so we have a running clock now. Mitchell with a shot, that's knocked down, but the Bird Dogs are going to clear to neutral zone, and that is going to do it for the third period. Unfortunately for everyone, this game ends. MHSAA hockey rules dictate that I believe an 8-goal deficit in the third period demands a mercy rule, triggers a mercy rule, and ends the game early. So 2 periods of play, 11 goals for Caledonia, 11-2 they win. I appreciate everybody watching. A late game here today. I guess we'll go home a little bit early. So a decisive win for Caledonia again. We'll be back on the ice Friday morning, 9 a.m., live from Traverse City in the North-South Showcase against Saginaw Heritage. Tune in here live on the Pass Shoot Score Network. We'll carry the game, all the games live this weekend. And with that, we thank everybody for watching, and we hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday night and Thursday. We'll see you Friday. Thanks again.